Mix it all up. That sounds gross. Yeah, whoever drinks that would be an idiot. Yeah, that just sounds gross. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thanks for coming. Bye. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea too. So yeah, good too. That show was stupid. Hmm. 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 There's a very problem with YouTube right now on one side. Yeah, that'd be hilarious as fun. If a friend of mine actually did come over here, that'd be pretty. Yeah, whoever would decide to leave Vegas again is two things: one, nuts, or two, a true friend. I hope a true friend, because
introducing the new 100% plant-based Beyond Sausage Patty breakfast sandwich.
Funny,
Let's eat some plants.
We moved to Michigan. He lived down and over for me. Still, it'd be cool now.
All right, low gangsters. Last one of you to take your hand off this house gets to keep it.
I'm just looking again.
Carrots.
You're crazy.
I already parked my car in the driveway.
I just want to ask.
I don't need this, but I'm going to win it so they can't have it. Dude, you should let one of them win it. No. Rules are simple, boys. Last one of you to take your hand off the house or sit down loses. Before we can go too far, we need to show you guys the inside of the house. So make your way inside while keeping your hands on the wall. We're going to show the viewers the inside.
I'm cold. I need sex.
So, guys, what do you think of the living room? It's like a good place to live and room in. This is the first room right here. Guys, come over here. This is room number 2. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, this is one of our editors. You guys haven't really met him before, but now you have my guest appearance. This is room number 3. Wait, and then you guys have this spot over here. Your upstairs living room to oversee your downstairs. And then there's a bathroom over here. All right, let's go back outside. That's your tour. All right, they are now confined to these 2 strips of tape. Somebody bring a fly so Jake can lose. Calm down, boys.
Somebody put the hood up so Chandler can lose.
Somebody start a challenge so Chandler can quit.
Okay.
So, let's go over the rules so we're all on the same page. No sitting. Hands must stay on. You can't switch hands. One hand. This camera is recording everything. Last one of you to take it off gets to live here for 1 year rent-free. Last one to take your hand off gets to live in this house for 1 year with no rent. Now, this challenge is going to be a little different than other ones. We're going to screw around with you guys a lot, just so you know. One thing we're doing a little different about this challenge is we're punishing people if they lose. There's 5 of them. Whoever's last man standing wins the house. The other 4, when they quit, they're going to get hit with whipped cream in the face or we're going to egg them. Not only is a house on the line, but so is embarrassment. It should be fun. So, Garrett, why do you need this house?
Well, because I like to walk around naked and have too many roommates at a time.
Why do you need this house?
So I can get away from my parents. It's time to move out of my own. I'm a butterfly.
So, Jake, why do you need this house?
Because it's getting really awkward bringing home girls to mom and dad. And I'm 26 living at home.
All right, then, Jake, you better not take it.
I don't care what I'm watching.
We built a revolving door. Last one to keep revolving wins $20,000. Unless it's Chandler. If Chandler wins this challenge, he gets $50,000 in straight cash. Because as you know, he's never won a challenge before. So if he does win, we want to do something big. You 4, get in that revolving door. It's simple.
Let the $1 double stack tacos come to you with Taco Bell delivery. Spectrum Internet delivers. Based on the latest FCC broadband report,
I wish I still lived in Colon.
Spectrum is the top performing internet.
I wish I still lived here.
We built the world's largest cereal bowl, and we're going to fill it with powdered milk and expired cereal.
This is the brand new Guinness World Record, largest ever elephant toothpaste foam experiment.
Dangerous.
Today's video, which is partially sponsored by LastPass, I'm going to walk you through everything we had to go through to get to this point, as well as some really cool side discoveries we made in our hundreds of hours of testing along the way. The main ingredient for elephant's toothpaste is hydrogen peroxide. It's the same stuff you pour on a scrape to disinfect it. The thing is, the bonds that hold hydrogen and oxygen together are pretty weak. So if we poured some of this in here and just left it for a while, it would keep releasing oxygen and eventually you'd be left with just water. However, if you add a catalyst like potassium iodide, you can make that slow process happen almost instantly. So that's cool, but we can make it way more impressive if we add one key ingredient, soap. So if we pour this in and then do everything else the same, now when the oxygen is released, the soap captures it, creating bubbles and foam. And then finally, if you do all that again, only now you add food coloring and use a flask that tapers like this, you can focus the expansion of foam so it looks maximum awesome. So in order to fill a pool with this stuff, I first got together with some friends and we spent literally hundreds of hours for a few weeks running experiments to calculate the best raw ingredient combinations in addition to brainstorming other cool things we might do with it. And so before we attempted to shatter the current world record, we had an end of summer party with my son and a bunch of family friends where we wanted to share with them the coolest side discoveries from our research. But first, in true end of summer fashion, we had to knock out some slip and slide kickball. I plan to kick things off by attacking them with an elephant toothpaste gun we made, as revenge for when a bunch of these same kids ambushed me on a recent beach trip and then offered me some cookies, which were just 6 massive cockroaches. And I hate cockroaches. However, as part of our testing, we discovered the reaction is highly exothermic, which means it generates heat as a byproduct.
200 degrees Fahrenheit.
You'll see the temperature of the foam right after the reaction can reach almost 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So because I'm nice, I shelved my revenge plans and just demonstrated what would have been their fate and told them to sit and watch at a safe distance. And they listened, sort of. And so now that we had their attention, it was showtime. 3, 2, 1, go! This one's called the Melted Unicorn. You might recognize Bob Flugfelder here, aka Science Bob. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live 11 more times than I have, and I invited him out to join me for a very specific reason, which I will address in a bit. And so with the success of the science show behind us, it was now time for phase 2.
I love Five Below. They have everything. It's so fun.
It's all here, or here. The newest, coolest stuff, priced so low, Mom always says yes.
Wow, that's Five Below. Just go.
Yeah, you definitely gotta get those air ducts checked. Do you have a smart thermostat? Dude, you need one. It's at 10% year round. It's like install, set, savings. Beep, 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 beep.
So we are here standing in an empty swimming pool, about to try and break the world record for elephant's toothpaste. You want to tell the good people who owns the current world record, Bob?
I did.
You want to tell the good people who's about to not own the world record, Bob?
Pretty confident, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
In the air?
But if everything goes well, we're over to quadruple the amount of the current record which you hold. I'm not sure how much of like the trees and neighborhood we're going to cover in the process. Only time will tell. And chemistry, which I don't understand, but we'll see what we can come up with. safe to play in afterwards, so we used ordinary baking yeast as our catalyst. We could have bought yeast in big buckets, but it turned out it was cheaper to get them in 1-pound bags. The only downside to that is that you have to cut open 180 1-pound bags of yeast, but that's why we have Science Bob.
Come on out, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
This is an emergency tarp system. So if we did our math right, it shouldn't overflow. In the case that it does, we have these tarps here to contain all of the foam and not going everywhere in the yard. So we hope for the best, plan for the worst. We built these 3 frames for the tarps that would contain the catalyst yeast solution. So when it was time to fill the pool, we could just cut the tarps and it would pour out. The same way we cut the tarp when we added the bigger Orbeez. And Kevin. It's go time, baby. We're probably like 7 minutes out. Got a bunch of kids inside who are just raring to get out. The challenge here is this water's warm. We didn't build these containers big enough, so this will start rising. So it's sort of a race against the clock before it starts overflowing. We still have to have the soap, and then we have to have the food coloring. Oh, this looks terrifying. As I stab this bloody thing, I think I'm about to get demonetized. Okay, now we're getting the soap. This is what will actually make the bubbles. Soap isn't part of the reaction. 2 more soap buckets. Oh, as you can see, that bucket's filling up real quick. So after a few final touches, we were ready to go. 3, 2, 1.
There are dozens of driver options out there.
Let's look at mine.
Perfectly for your game.
Hit a couple shots with your current
Let's
driver.
look at mine.
Ball speed's not matching that club head speed. Let's get you dialed in the new Callaway Maverick driver. You've already picked up about 8 yards. Speed's up a little bit higher, tweaking the loft a little bit. That had to feel great. You are now maximizing your ball speed. You found 12 yards of carry.
I'll stick with my drivers. Thank you very much. This is my free.
I want to point out I'm not a chemist. With the physics and engineering problem, I'm way more comfortable understanding the parameters and getting closer to the final solution off the bat. But chemistry is just little molecules I can't see, and it feels a lot like trial and error without any guarantee it will actually scale up predictably. This was feeling like the nightmare of the Jello pool all over again. To get to this point, we had ran over 150 tests, sometimes at great peril to that which we hold dear. And so once again, if this was a total failure, it wouldn't be from lack of effort. Having said all that, here she is. 2, 1, go!
Oh shoot! Here goes over the cam.
So the good news is we broke the record. The bad news is we're kind of overachievers. Uh-oh. It's coming up! The great tsunami!
Oh, shoot!
Hold this. Okay, stand back off the tarp. Oh, we need to grab them. Stand back. Hold this up, Bob. Okay? Woo! So while we pushed all the foam back into the pool, that gave it some time to cool down so we could actually touch it. The drone was super cool because not only did it make the foam look like an alien cocoon, but you could see it travel in infrared because it would expose the much hotter lower layers of foam as it flew around. What do you guys think? You think this is gonna float? No? Alright, here we go. After all our tests, we perfected the chemistry for this stuff. So if you want to make a home version you can play with, check out Science Bob's website. I'll leave a link in the video description. Alright, Bob. Sorry you're looking at an obsolete piece of material there.
I had it for over a year.
You did have it for over a year, but all good things must come to an end.
I was mad, but darn, it was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. And I have good news because you are still the world record holder. I'm putting you on there with me, bud. Yeah, nerd hug.
DQ, the king of random, Grant Thompson.
So much of our lives
1980,
today are
2019.
apps and websites that require secure
Hey, he's wearing a King of
passwords.
Random
That's
shirt.
why for 7 years I've been using LastPass, who also happen to be sponsoring this portion of the video. I've been a massive fan of what they do for.
Must have got a shirt from
Why do horns and musical instruments have this flared shape? To answer this question, about a year ago, I decided I would take this and scale it up to this. And I've never actually made something this big for my channel before, so as usual, we decided to make a smaller prototype model to see what we could learn about the challenges that would come from scaling it all the way up. So we started by creating a plaster mold with the right curvature, then you cover that with a gel coat, and then we put 3 layers of fiberglass and polyester resin. And then when you pop it out of the mold, you're left with this. We were immediately struck that there is, in fact, something really special about this shape. So I'm going to switch over from my lav mic to my shotgun mic for this demo. Here's my voice normal. Here's my voice with the tube, which shows there's more going on here than just focusing the sound in one direction. And then here's my voice using the horn. You can even hear me whisper, which is creepy.
Never done that, to be clear.
And just to prove how much worse it was, I sprayed last year's formula labeled A, and then this year's formula labeled B for 10 different people without telling them which was which.
Oh! That's like proper poo. Oh, God. He just took a dump on my face. I can still smell it.
I'm sorry, I killed a collie coconut.
There's nothing. Food.
So, A or B, Mac?
B. B by a mile.
All 10 independently agreed this year's was much worse. And we keep spraying it every 30 seconds to ensure they get rid of the package out of their house before they realize there's 4 phones inside. This increases our chances of recovering it since we already know the package location at all times due to the GPS tracking on all the phones. But even if we somehow don't recover it, all these phones have LTE data plans, so they'll upload their footage to the cloud right away so then we can see what happened. And then we have the main course, which is the spinning cup powered by a motor underneath here, which we fill with the finest glitter we could find, which is actually biodegradable this year as a nod to our good friend, Mother Earth. We also added sound effects this year, so after both the glitter and the fart spray have successfully deployed, we start counting down.
5.
Oh, this is fun.
Nothing actually happens at the end, but they won't know that. And then finally after that, we added some fake police scanner chatter, just because it seemed like the right thing to do.
This will totally work.
So as you can Flip this cover over, it becomes nearly impossible to access the phones now without special tools. And so finally we've got the lid, which has these two holes here, which we cover with one-way film, so we can record the outside world even when the lid is on. And you'll notice that this is a total custom print. These are the fictitious Buzz 700s, named, of course, after Kevin's older brother. And if thieves took just 2 seconds to actually inspect the package, they would see that all the words on the side are just slightly modified quotes from Home Alone, in addition to this amazing testimonial. And so they slapped on a fake shipping label and used a random barcode sticker to cover up the nightly charging port, and we were good to go. So the idea is the bad guy comes sneaking by and then steals it off the porch, and then when they eventually remove the lid, a magnet taped inside triggers this Hall effect sensor, which tells the circuit board brain it's go time, and everything is set in motion. And as far as I'm concerned, relatively harmless, karmic justice has never looked so beautiful.
I like this one. 2 ways better than the first one. I'm gonna take a shower later, go to the diner later. In a couple hours, go to the diner. Like tomorrow, go to the diner. Right now, it's like 9:33 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah.
So now all that was left was to find porches for all the boxes. So I sent out a call to all my followers on social media, and we received over 400 applicants who have all dealt with repeated package thefts in the past. And then from that, we narrowed the list down to just a handful, and soon we had packages out all over the country. We also set up a website so I can sit in my bat cave here and monitor all the boxes to see their current locations, record states, battery phone levels, and even check the camera feed on any box at any time. And things started out a bit rocky when we got a notification that the first box was stolen, and then we noticed it was intermittently moving all throughout the city. So while we were trying to locate it, we checked the feed and realized a UPS driver was so convinced the package was real, he scanned it and picked it up, and it was riding around in his truck. Next, when someone else picked up the box, we didn't have the lid seal fully worked out yet, so as they were walking around, glitter started to spill out.
Oh, look at that. There's glitter coming out of it. That's totally skin. Yo, Nick!
Which is, as they say,
Thank you very much. Giveaway. It's totally, and when you open it, it's going to explode with glitter.
This lady took it off a porch, but opened it upside down. As soon as she heard the countdown timer, though, she rushed it back to the porch she stole it from, just in time for it to happen. But then the thefts began to pile up, and we started hitting our stride.
Oh my god. I don't know. Let me put it back. Where's the mess?
Recovery sequence initiated.
All over the sparkle. Look at this.
She opened it. Yeah, it's like, remember that money open money for glue. That's out of the white.
Yeah, but all that and the smell, it stinks, and it's still shut up.
Oh, that was a open it and throw it up.
Operation Super Nasty Fart initiated. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Hello?
Keep this change, you filthy animal.
No, it's still a speaker.
It has to be still supposed
tracked down this package and recovered it by the dumpster, we walked by the store and they were sweeping and spraying Febreze, which felt amazing.
Babe, I bought you some headphones. I bought you some Bose headphones. Okay? Some really good ones.
Surprise, mother.
Operation Whoever Smelt It Dealt It initiated.
Oh.
Operation Butt Trumpet initiated.
Oh. Alright. We get it. Okay. It smells like in here.
And in the middle of all this, something happened that I still can't wrap my head around. One of the volunteers we sent a package to, who obviously knows my channel and follows me on social media, who I even interviewed to make sure he seemed legit, decided it would be a good idea to steal my package from me and never had any intention of either putting it out on his porch or sending it back to us. After a week of us being really nice and trying to work with him, he effectively admitted as such and then blocked and ghosted me. And it's just like, bro, if you're gonna steal from someone, don't pick the dude who just spent a year and a half of his life avenging the theft of a $5 Amazon package. If I'm willing to get that petty over something I can easily reorder, what do you think I'm going to do to the guy who steals the outcome of that year and a half of work? I quit my job at NASA to make YouTube videos, and I only make 12 of them a year. So I have plenty of time.
12 or 13, he only makes 12 or 13 a year.
These little details. Plus, even though this is more of a science channel than a prank channel, I love coming up with these ideas. Like when I took this Freddy Krueger action figure and taped it to the back of my wife's car right in front of the backup camera. So if he puts it into reverse, this is what And so after a little detective work, I discovered he gave us his real name and phone number, but he shipped it to his buddy's address.
You can ship
so
to my buddy's
real address and then did two relatively harmless things. The first is I've heard once the Scientologists have your contact info and know you're even remotely interested, they will follow you the rest of your life. And so since I had all his contact info, hypothetically, I might have gone on their website and said I was very interested in learning more, and then ordered $300 worth of their starting course material so they know he's a very high-value contact worth keeping track of. And the second thing was, I designed over 10 custom postcards just for him. For example, he's from Texas, so I thought a thank you note for his $500 donation to Texans for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign would be nice. Or this registration conference for the upcoming furry convention. But the trick is, while I addressed it in his name, I went on Google Maps and looked up his neighbors' addresses, and hypothetically, I might have accidentally sent them to a random assortment of houses around him. A lot of these are great because it's the exact type of thing where the more you deny it, the more guilty you look. So some of these will inevitably be hand-delivered to his mailbox by his neighbors who spot the air, and he'll always be second-guessing just how many more there were and who's silently judging him at the neighborhood potluck. Now, I want to mention we encountered good people out in the world, too, who were trying to actually keep our boxes from being stolen. For example, this woman did that, but even still, the package was stolen just 30 minutes later by a professional porch pirate who knew exactly how to cover up her face. But then we said, hold up, roll that tape back. Unbelievably, she has the same body type and owns the exact same shoes and pants as that Good Samaritan. So we turned the footage over to the police to see if they too could appreciate the coincidence. And it just goes to show you that your conception of who a porch pirate is might be totally off. I'm just kidding. This was a super nice lady who took the package in for her neighbor. But it got us thinking, and instead of just always punishing the bad guys, we wanted to try and reward the good guys. So in some cases, we left it by an apartment mailbox, and we changed the label to a real name and left tons of contact information, like phone number and email, all over the label. And quite a few people took the package back to their house, but instead of opening it, they called to tell us they had our package because they were worried someone else would take it. And so instead of glitter and fart spray, I gave them $400 because that was the opportunity cost for them when they made the right choice. Thank you for being one of the good ones, man. Others, however, didn't make the call.
Surprise, mother.
Mission complete. Initiated.
Hello?
I'd burn it.
Sound is one of my favorite physics topics to discuss because it becomes so much easier to understand if you just have the right mental model. The key is to understand that the air all around us is a fluid, like water, just way less dense. For example, you can see the loud sound waves.
They call us typical Americans. Maybe because of the typical American lives. Like this typical American showing up.
Today we enter the wedgie machine. Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning. Hey, a mythical society membership is a great gift this holiday season for your friends, your family, or yourself. And remember, the next third degree collectible is an exclusive set of official Chia Red Link heads.
Ooh, Chia!
Star heads, the truly exclusive.
It's raining man!
Okay, that's my question. Is it more than one live thing that you're swimming in? Yeah.
It's raining man!
Thanks for being concerned. Are you swimming in... Okay, so I know it's a liquid. I don't have to ask that question. Is it...
It's raining man!
Seriously? There's no way I was going to get that. That's crazy. You know. Round 3.
Woo! It's raining man!
Why don't you swim around a little bit, whatever that is over there? Swim it. Why don't you swim around a little bit? Okay. There it was. There's a lot of information. There it was. Oh, goodness.
I need some fat
So,
food.
I'm going to be asking the questions first, so you get topped off. Oh, goodness. Come on. Okay. Woo. Okay, so I know it's a liquid. I don't have to ask that question. Is it a liquid that you would consume? Yes. Okay. All right, time for me to get topped off. Top it up. Okay. All right. I'm topped off. You sound like you're under some sort of duress, but you also sound happy. I'm not under duress. Excuse me. I'm doing fine. Thanks for being concerned. Are you swimming in something alive? Yeah. Okay. It's a liquid that you would consume. And I would prefer that you hurry. It's a liquid that makes you uncomfortable. Yes. All right. Now okay, that's my question. Is it more than one live thing that you're swimming in? Yeah. It's got to be an animal. All right. Ask me a question. An uncomfortable liquid. Is it a drink? No. Is yours an animal? Yes. Okay. A living animal. Ask me a question. Hurry. Is it a sauce? It depends on who you ask. But it is not the traditional understanding of the word pet, no. Barbecue sauce? Nope. Are you swimming in Chase?
Yes.
Why don't you open the curtain? I got it right? Well, kinda. I'm swimming in men, Link. Swimming in men! Chase me one of them. Wow, I don't even... What is that? They don't even know all of them. They're like, these are strange men. This one. I know this one. I'm in freaking hot sauce! And I need to get out of it! Okay, that was worth 2 points. So what does that mean? You know what I would say? You're also in hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? You guys feel pretty good. So we tied? Yeah, we tied. Okay, then we'll have to share this pool float and blow it up together. All right, let's get those men to blow it up for us.
We forgot to tell you that you have to blow it up while it's on Chase.
Okay. I'll do that after I take a shower. Yeah, let's do that later. All right, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. You know what time it is? Where's the shower?
Hi, I'm Jackie. And I'm Lily. And we're at Waco Beach in Richmond, Michigan.
I know where it is. I know Richmond, Michigan is because I actually really live near Richmond.
Are you sick of drinking your plants for breakfast? Still hungry? What if I told you?
I'll be right back.
Would you like that?
Yeah.
Introducing the new 100% plant-based Beyond Sausage Patty breakfast sandwiches from Hardee's.
Let's eat some plants.
So I've seen videos online where people leave stuff in Coca-Cola, like an egg. I've even seen a tooth being left in Coca-Cola just to like see what happens to it if you leave it in there. What I want to know is what happens if you leave a person in Coca-Cola for 24 hours. To leave me in Coca-Cola for 24 hours. This can only go wrong. Oh, God. So I've got a bathtub. I've got it in my garage. I've got an old bathtub. I've filled the plug so no liquids can get out. I'm just going to pour Coca-Cola in there till it's full. I'm going to get in. I mean, how many Coca-Colas do I need to buy for this?
100?
I think I need like 80 to 100 litres of Coca-Cola. But you know me. You've seen my videos before. Well, hopefully you have anyway. If not, then why haven't you subscribed? Go press that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed, press that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button. And you'll be notified every time I upload. It's as easy as that. So anyway, yeah. You know me. I like to go get my supplies because obviously I'm going to be in this Coca-Cola for 24 hours. I'm still
That'll suck like hell.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the shop, buy my supplies first. We're going to get my food. We're going to get my drink. I don't need drink. Drink. Well, I'm going to be. Oh, God. So, yeah, we're going to go get my supplies. And then we're going to go to a different shop, buy loads of Coke. I know I can buy loads of Coca-Cola in like one big bulk.
Me too. Sam's Club. Costco. Or is it Tesco? I don't know. Like Costco you can go to buy Coke, or is it Sam's Club I'm thinking of? I don't really know. Oh.
Don't do this at home. So, anyway.
Especially if you do it to shave a certain part of my body if I did it.
Buy supplies. Here we go. Right, so I'm in the shop and I'm going to buy some food and stuff. No, why don't you just buy food that tastes like Coca-Cola? Okay, I'm just randomly laughing for no reason. Why am I laughing? Oh, look, these are cola flavour. Oh, and these are cola flavour too. I think I'll get these. Oh, look, someone put grapes back and decided to buy sweets instead. That's so funny. Stop it. Stop following me. When I'm going to buy these. What are they? You put them on your shoes and you can skate around. No, don't you dare buy those.
It's hilarious.
Oh, look, there's a big tray of loads of mini cans of Coke. I'll buy these. Alright, so I've got all the Coke flavoured stuff. Let's go and buy the actual Coke that I'm going to be bathing in. I'm laughing again for no reason. We're going to need a big trolley.
Or the cart.
Trolley. Okay, it comes to my chest.
I love Coke. I love it.
I think we need 2 trolleys.
We just pile it up.
So you went to a place. It's like Costco. Oh,
All of it.
I don't think we need about 8 or 9 of these though.
dang, Kilo, that's a lot of coca.
Jeez.
I need a break. 10 for good luck.
Yeah, we can drink it.
We might not want to have to. I mean, if it does dissolve me, I might not want to drink Coca-Cola.
I'll have it. There's so much
Yeah,
stuff
we'll have
here,
it,
you don't
we'll
even know
have
what's in it.
You can't push the cart.
Tiny next to that thingy.
10 cases of cola. That's just wrong. That's just
Say
wrong.
hello to Breeze, the mighty fork and noodle that makes everything better. Elevating Gam's cherished chicken soup to delicious.
Okay, I'm
Well, thanks.
Take that, other noodles. Find Ream's frozen egg noodles in your grocer's freezer.
we don't sell those where I live.
I'm called Gretel. And this rough one here is my brother Hansel.
So guys, we're done now. Tomorrow we gotta do I got a video planned for tomorrow. We have to do it. After I go to the diner, I'm gonna do it. And it's gonna be noisy, so starting tomorrow we're gonna count how many cars I got. And I got over 100 cars, unless I count them. So good old Orion. Orion's been used in years.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungrier than you are.
Because you're a pig.
So guys, yeah, this is we're done right now. I'll be on after this, maybe, who knows. I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And you have a question or comment, leave them in the bar. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Look at him. Tiny Coca-Cola.
Patata!